Hey, welcome to the Bluejay Banter post-game show. I'm Tim Kruger, Bluejay Banter. Jays win 77-60. Take down Akron Zips, and probably more Akron fans in the arena today than there was Creighton fans. Obviously a short drive from Akron over to Pittsburgh. But several other distracting things with the crowd that we'll get into here in a minute. Just want to, first of all, thank all our wonderful sponsors who have helped us out through this whole postseason journey. Care Miners Home Healthcare, Equitable Bank, we take banking personally, West Pacific Dental Group, and Rod Jewell and his team at Mass Mutual Central USA, and you'll hear a message from them later on. As I said, Jays win. First of all, the parts about the arena, so beautiful arena. A good contingent of Creighton fans. Most of the Creighton fans I've talked to say they're going to wait till next week. To me, that's always dangerous because there might not be a next week, but I understand it. But now they've got one game down, one game to go, but it was good to see them win a tournament game fairly handily. Got a little dicey there in the second half, but win fairly handily. As I said, Akron's fairly close to Pittsburgh, so easy drive over, so there was a lot of Akron fans there. But the odd thing, and you'll hear this later on when we talk to Stephen Ashworth, we asked him about it, and he definitely heard the crowd, was the PPG Arena is just blocks from the Duquesne campus. So Duquesne was playing BYU the same time the Jays game was going on, and they're oddly enough playing in Omaha. And because it was a big upset, they knocked off sixth-seeded BYU. They put up the game on the big screen at the end of the game, the last 20 seconds of the Duquesne game, and the number of Pittsburgh fans that were in the crowd was obviously a lot, and they were making huge roars on every play that was going on in that game. And meanwhile, the Creighton-Akron game's going on, and the players are kind of going, what in the world's going on? So it was kind of an odd situation, but at any rate, Duquesne pulls off the upset. Jays thwart the upset by Akron. First half, I thought the Jays basically got what they wanted on the offensive end. They were shooting 80% for a good chunk of that first part of the first half. They were having trouble, though, diagnosing Akron's offense, and part of it was they were knocking down some threes they normally don't knock down. So that was part of the problem. Those weren't in the game plan. I mean, the first one gets banked in and so forth. Johnson was making them, and so that was a little concerning, but the game really turned. It was 34-31 Akron with probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Mason Miller came back in the game, and Mason played a tremendous last 2 minutes and tremendous start to the second half. He brought a bunch of energy on the defensive end. He rushed in and got an offensive rebound and then knocked down some big threes, and the Jays took it immediately from 3 down to 5 up in no time. They ended up having the halftime lead by 5 and then came out in the second half and got some stops. They made a little adjustment defensively, and then I think Akron just started missing. Akron was shooting over 50% in that first half, and they just started to miss some shots. But the Jays really played some great defense. I highlighted Mason. I thought Sharman played much better on the defensive end as well, and Trey was really out there hounding their guards, making it difficult. And I thought there were several times in that run when we pushed it out to 16 or 18 that Akron really had trouble deciphering our defense, what we were going to do and what they tried to want to do. And for the most part, Kalk was able to handle things inside, and obviously that was the big matchup coming in, was that Ryan had such a huge size advantage inside, and he took care of everything inside, and that was it. We knocked down shots. We were 10 of 15 from 3 there at one point. I don't know what we finished up, but we rushed back over to the hotel here, and we want to thank people at Even Hotel for their accommodations so we can do this postgame for you. But the Jays shot the ball very well from 3, but a lot of that was because they were getting open looks, and they were getting open looks because the ball movement and the way their offense was being run, Pittsburgh was trying to take away a lot of different things, and they couldn't take it all away. Or excuse me, Akron was trying to take away a lot of different things and couldn't take them all away. So that's the game recap, and it's sponsored by Care Miners Home Healthcare, our title sponsor all season long, the regular season for Bluejay Banter post game live at Let It Fly. And they've chipped in again and thanked thankfully so, help us out here on the post game for the postseason. So when you're needed care for your injured, ill, or senior loved one, reach out to CareMinders Home Health Care. Their agency is comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience and will give you customized care and give you, in the same breath, peace of mind and well-being. Go to caremindersnebraska.com, check out all they have to offer, and then give them a call, 402-532-1383, and they'll be happy to answer any questions after you go to their website, and they'll be more than happy to help you out with your needs. So that's CareMinders Home Health Care. Play of the game, there was a lot of plays of the game, but the interesting was Ryan Kalkbrenner went out on the perimeter late in the game and blocked a three-point shot and then grabbed the ball and took off down the court. And everybody, just as he's dribbling down the court, everybody was like, okay, what's he going to do here? Is he going to go two-hand stuff it? Is he going to lay it off the rim? Is he going to take the contact because he knew the contact was coming? He controlled himself at the rim. I was proud of him for that, and took the contact and got 2 free throws. It, in real time could have appeared like it was a block shot, but you saw the replay. The defender clearly bodied him, and he got the 2 shots. But we talked to him in the locker room after the game, so make sure you stick around after I'm done here and listen to those interviews, because we talk about that play, and it's pretty humorous. But that was play of the game, and it's sponsored by West Pacific Dental Group. Dr. Hogan and his staff over there do such a terrific job. They're my dentist. They take care of everything, all of your dental needs. They reach out to you, consult with you, and make sure that the procedures going forward you're 100% behind. So give them a call today, 402-697-0765. You'll be glad you did. That's West Pacific Dental Group. Worst call of the game. The Akron fans were kind of upset with some of the calls, but I think it was Ryan Kalkbrenner in the locker room said, or it might have been Trey. They said, those refs are getting scored on too to move ahead in the tournament, and that's how it works. The best officials from this group moves on to Saturday's games, and so he said, so they're trying to real hard to call everything pretty close probably at times, maybe get a little inconsistent at times, but I thought the call on Ashworth when he didn't push off at all, we got a rebound, and they called him for a hold down underneath on a defensive rebound. I thought that was terrible. But that was about the only call I saw that was bad today. Most everything else I think was pretty standard. And I think Akron, for some part, and probably their fans, not used to the physicality that the Big East plays with, and some of that was taken into consideration by the referees today. So worst call of the game. It's sponsored by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. 2 great locations over in Pierce Street in Elkhorn, and at the location just north of the Schwab headquarters. I was just there yesterday, and terrific customer service as always. When I walk in the door, everybody jumps up immediately trying to help me with all of my needs and any future needs maybe that I'm not even thinking about. So they're the bank of Bluejay Banter, and they're a terrific bank. So if you're looking for a new bank, take the headache of banking away. Call up Equitable Bank today. You'll be glad you did. We don't know the opponent yet. Right now, as we're taping this, Oregon and South Carolina are at it. And either way, it's going to be a tough game. South Carolina has had a tremendous season. Now, they haven't played the toughest schedule in the world, but they have. But they're playing in the SEC, right? And they're a formidable opponent. Right now, it's almost halftime. Oregon's up by 6. Personally, I don't want the Dana Altman show to happen. I really don't. He is so good in March. That would just be a really, really, really tough out for us. I do think we're probably the better team, but, man, Dana pulls magic out at this time of year. So I'm kind of rooting for South Carolina, frankly, and it's always be careful what you ask for. But either way, it's going to be a tough game. We don't have a time for that game. That'll be announced late tonight. So by the morning, you'll know what time it is. Look like there's still plenty of tickets to get here to come to watch the game. And also, there's flights still out of Omaha and Southwest to Pittsburgh. It's a pretty easy trip. So, hey, let's get more Jays fans in the crowd for Saturday, because we're going to need them. Right after this, we're gonna switch you over to the interview portion of our program, where we had tons of player interviews, and we had Jalen Courtney Williams as our coach today. And so I think you're really going to enjoy those. We talked to 6, 7, 8 players on the team today. So I think you'll have that. Enjoy those interviews and really appreciate the job we did. Before we go to those interviews, we want to thank and let you listen to one of our newest sponsors. That's Rod Jewell and his team at Mass Mutual Central US. So we're gonna let you go. We're gonna hear a word from Rod and his team, and then you'll have a chance to listen to these great interviews. Follow us on Twitter at Bluejay Banter. We'll keep you up to date on everything going on around the city. Also, you're watching this on YouTube. Come back here. We're gonna do kind of a Jays of New York. We're kind of going to do one Jays of Pittsburgh tomorrow, so stay tuned for that as well. So thanks for listening, and here's a word from Rod Jewell and his team at Mass Mutual Central US, and enjoy the evening.
No matter what financial circumstances you are in, Rod Jewell and his team at Mass Mutual Central US are here to help protect you and your family through the many changes that happen in your life. Rod Jewell offers a total financial needs analysis that can include fee-based financial planning, investment advisory services, retirement needs analysis, estate strategies, employee benefits, and retention strategies and business continuation strategies. You can reach him at 402-343-8319 or email him at rejewell@financialguide.com. The views and opinions expressed are those of Bluejay Banter LLC and program participants, and not necessarily those of MML Investor Services LLC. Rod Jewell, CLU, CFBS, CLTC is a registered representative and offers securities and investment advisory services through MML Investor Services, LLC, member SIPC, address 100 South 5th Street, Unit 2300, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55402, telephone 612-333-1413. Rod is domiciled in Nebraska. Bluejay Banter, LLC is not affiliated with MML Investor Services, LLC.
Here with Trey Alexander F, the Jays 77-60 win. Nice to get that first one under your belt and get all the jitters out of the way and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, you could tell we was a little not as tuned in as we usually are in the first half. So we had to lock it down at halftime and then kind of get out there and then play the way that we usually know how. And so they always get sweeter every time we win them. So.
Did they do anything that away from the scouting plan there in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't expect Freeman to get out there and knock down his first 4 threes. I mean, no. So we expected that he wouldn't come out there and then flame us like that. But I mean, we switched it up, able to get right at halftime, make a couple of adjustments, start switching a little bit, letting guard the guards, and us switching on to Freeman and then switching back with Calk later in the possession. So felt like that was pretty big for us. And then after that, we were just able to get out in transition and run since we got stops.
I thought Mason came in at the end of the first half, second half, gave you a nice boost today.
Yeah, I mean when he gets out there and he's making shots, playing confident and doing what he does, I mean he really adds a different dynamic to the team, and I think that player of the game, Mason Miller.
In that second half, I mean, I think it was at around the 16-minute mark to the 12, Akron went 0 for 9 from the field. What did you guys do defensively, to adjust in that stretch?
We tried to front Freeman a little bit, switch guards onto him, and then, just not letting them shoot the three ball. So, that was the biggest thing for us. And then from there, their offense kind of got a little stagnant. We knew that we could guard them in the pick and roll situations. And, we were just able to give them a different look, and I don't think they were expecting it. So we were able to go on our run right then. So.
You're pretty comfortable getting downhill, but there was a lot of physicality going on in there, right, when you got towards the basket?
Yeah, the refs, they're trying to move on just like we are. So, they were kind of calling it different in different scenarios. But, it's a physical game. The Big East get you ready for these type of games anyway. So, it's nothing we've never seen before. We knew they were probably going to try to speed us up a little bit, so we were able to handle that in the second half better than we were in the first.
Any personal feelings about the next game, who you'd like to see?
Not really. I think it would be cool to see Altman. I feel like that there's like a little history behind that in the Creighton.
Just a little.
Yeah, so that'd be really cool to do that, but I think that they're both really good teams. So.
All right, thanks, Trey. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're here with Isaac Trout. So first ever time to get on the floor in the NCAA tournament. What was it like?
It was awesome. Growing up, watched those games every single March, and pretty much all of them. So it was really cool to get in on the action, and very blessed for that.
Your perspective, what did you see in the game today?
I thought, obviously, in the first half we made some mistakes, but in the second half we really locked down and guarded and played like we know how to play and shared the ball. So it was just a thing of beauty.
A little something, was that out of the locker room with halftime with Mac? Did you make any adjustments defensively? Seemed like you're a little more aggressive defensively there in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Freeman, such a good player. In the first half, he made a few threes that we weren't really expecting, so that was kind of the main second half adjustment, is to kind of be up higher on him and try to take those away.
Do you have any thoughts about who you'd like to see in this next game?
I mean, both teams are going to be good. Every team's good in this tournament, so we just got to control what we can control and get back on the practice floor tomorrow and get some stuff figured out.
Guy you play a lot with in practice and against and so forth, Mason came in and gave us a nice spark at the end of the first half, second half today.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of the best shooters on the team, so I was happy to see a few go down for him. But I also thought he played really good defense too, so I was really happy for him.
Isaac, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Here with Jason Green. Well, what was it like?
I mean, it was definitely an experience. I mean, I got to get used to the jitters and stuff. Obviously, for it being my first NCAA tournament game, I was a little bit nervous. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still basketball, and I still know what I'm doing out on the court. So after this game, I think I got over my little jitters. I think it'll be a lot better.
What can you compare it to? Like something you had in the past?
I mean, if I had to compare it to anything, it'd probably be like my first time in high school state championship or something like that. Just being in an unfamiliar area and having to just get used to it. It's like something that everybody has to go through. But I mean, it just takes some time for different people.
What do you think of the overall performance of the team today?
I thought we did a pretty good job on them. I mean, the first half was a little bit shaky defensively, but towards the end of that first half, we got it cleaned up a lot better. And then second half, I think we did just a whole lot better. It was kind of like the end of the first half throughout the whole second half. So, I mean, I feel like we did a really good job against them.
Best luck Saturday.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're here with Mason Miller. Trey, by the way, said you were star of the game.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll tell him after this.
Came back in the game late first half, and then in the second half, gave the team a big spark. What were you looking to do out there?
I mean, honestly, just everything I do every single game. I mean, just help them space the floor and run hard, and just do the dirty plays and help them whenever I can. So today, they left me open a couple of times, and I made the shots.
Yeah. First half, what did you think when you guys were out there? There was kind of a long stretch of that 6 minutes. There was no whistles, and finally they had to call timeout because it was going so long.
Yeah.
What in that stretch? What did you see in the offensive end? We weren't probably at that point getting everything we wanted.
I mean, yeah, the first game of March Madness is normally always a feeling out process. I mean, it's a lot different refs in the Big East. Everything's a little different. So I mean, we're just kind of a feeling out process, and after that, we kind of just got on a run, and then we didn't really look back.
Did compared to last year? Compare the jitters he had going into this one versus last year.
Oh yeah, no, definitely last year I had a lot more jitters for sure.
We were talking to Jay Green, and he's like, it's nothing like I experienced.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot different this year. Being able to have that last year under my belt, and then being able to see what it's like, kind of to play in it. So after that, it kind of just definitely made it feel better this year.
What do you think the team needs to clean up before Saturday?
I mean, honestly, just the beginning of the game, we need to start off. Probably defending a little better because we kind of start off a little slow on the defensive end, and then everything else, just make sure we keep hitting shots and everything, and we'll be good.
Thanks, Mason.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Stephen Ashworth, one of our, I don't know, you've kind of been our most interviewed guy, I think. I feel like it anyway. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You've been here before, but I mean, jitter-wise, was it anything different?
A little bit. I think the last two times that I was here, I was kind of the underdog, the higher seed, and so you're able to play with a little bit more freedom, I feel like. And when you're going on a run, everybody's excited about it, and then when the other team's going on a run, all those things. So there are a little bit more jitters being the favorite in a first round game, and so I felt that a little bit. But at the same time, my teammates have been here before, so I just leaned on them, and they got us through it in that first half, and then we turned it around.
Hey, the first two went down pretty nice.
Yeah, the first two did go down pretty nice. Calk set some great screens, and we knew that if we could win that point of attack, a lot of the times they were going to have to be playing drop coverage because of Calk's threat at the rim. And so I came off and saw that I had space and let them go, and then everybody's just trying to let the game come to them, and so there weren't very many other three-point looks out there, but at the same time, good to see the first two go down.
I have to ask you because it was so noticeable. They kept showing the end of the Duquesne BYU game on there, and the crowd, of course, is going crazy. Did you guys hear that and wonder what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I heard some cheers at some random points in the game, and I was like, what is going on? And then I looked up and saw that it was the BYU Duquesne game, and then realized, okay, well, we're right next to Duquesne campus.
Right.
there's a lot of hometown fans that are wanting to participate in March Madness and come to their closest spot. And so I hope that at CHI they're showing our game, and the Blue Jay faithful that were there were going nuts too.
What about Mason kind of getting you going there late in the first half and in the second half?
Yeah, he's huge, and we tell him all the time that anytime he's open, we want him to shoot it because of how deadly he is, and he provides so much spacing for us. And then his ability to read the closeouts as well in the start of the second half also got to the rim and got to the free throw line. That was big for us to just open up the game a little bit, get us playing at our speed, our tempo. So was really proud of Mace and excited to see him just continue to flourish in that role.
At the end of the game, did you go check on that chair that you laid into?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday.
First time ever playing in round 2, so I'm excited about that.
There you go. Have a whole new experience.
Yeah, no matter who the matchup is, looking forward to it, and got 2 great teams that are going to be playing here in the next few minutes, so hopefully we'll be able to go out and learn from what they're trying to do today and game plan for them and then execute on Saturday.
All right, man. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Here's Ryan Kalkbrenner. Big day today for you.
Yeah, it was a good day for the team. Started off a little slow, but got it together.
Yeah, and you obviously going in, you knew you had a size advantage down there, right?
Yeah, we knew that. We knew we'd have to establish me inside a little bit, even if it was just at the beginning of the game to get other stuff open, and I think we did a pretty good job of that today.
Now, for a guy who hadn't hardly made any threes all year, we were kind of a little shocked when he went out there and knocked about 2 or 3 of those down.
We were looking at the stats, and it was kind of like me. It was like he might kick 1 or 2 in the game, but he won't go out there and make a ton, and then made 3 of his first 4 within 5 minutes of the game. And it was like, okay, it's going to be like this today. So
you were like, wait, is this Dixon out here?
Oh, man. And then he banked the first one, and it was like, well, he saw one go in, so it's going to be a little challenging
but
now.
There's one point in the game you matched him. He hit one, and then you came down and hit one. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm confident in my 3, so if I got an open look, I'm going to shoot it.
Now late in the game, big block, fast break. Well, I was like, what is Ryan going to do here?
I really wanted to pull out the behind the back, wrap around, Euro step, but, got a little nervous that Mac might put that one on film and roast me for it.
So I saw you go over to Mac. Is he cracking up?
Yeah, he was, because he caught me over and he was laughing already, and I was like, Mac, I was about to bust out the behind the back one. He just started laughing even more.
Well, any thoughts on who you'd like to play Saturday? Obviously, there's one storyline everybody's already looked ahead to.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know too much about either team. I know both teams are really, really good, but haven't watched a ton of them this year. So I'm sure after the game, coaches put together a bunch of film for us. I'll get familiar quick. But yeah.
Lucas is over there going nuts right now, getting everything
coding away already, man.
Yeah.
He's probably got the whole scouting report for both teams ready for us.
All right, Cole, thanks.
Thank you.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thanks a lot.
First half, I thought you were getting what you wanted there, like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did we just do anything different, or they do something different then to kind of put us in a funk there for a little bit?
Well, offensively, I thought we were getting good looks. I thought they were pushing us out. We were operating at 35, 40 feet, it seemed like. But once we settled in, I like what we were doing. Defensively, it took us a little bit of time to get a rhythm. But I thought we figured that piece out at halftime.
Well, one of the guys made 2 threes all year and then knocks a bunch of down. Banks one in.
Yeah, so some of that was scout report. He goes three for 3 off the rip, and then he misses the front end of another one. But yeah, that was a scout report. We adjusted to it, and I don't think they had another pivot from there.
Yeah, telling everybody, Mason, end of the first half, he gets back in the game.
Yeah.
Energy, gets a rebound off a bounce, and then hits a shot, and then he carries that over into the second half.
Yeah, and he's shown that all year. You can count on him to make open shots most of the time.
I thought he played pretty good.
Yeah, and he defended well, and he had a couple of different type of matchups in that game as well. So he did some good stuff.
Yeah. We were just talking to Call. What did you think was going to happen there when he blocked that shot and went down?
You know what? I was worried on the first bounce, and then when he took a couple of more, I said, okay, he's going to give him a Euro step or something. He didn't. He challenged him.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was going to be one-hand slammer.
Yeah, we got to teach him the Euro step.
Well, he wanted to do the behind-the-back thing.
Yeah, something. Give him something. He just went right at the backboard.
Any thoughts on who you'd rather match up with? I think they're 2 similar teams.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Both physically will be a different kind of challenge than what we saw tonight. 2 different styles offensively.
But we all know, Dana is an unbelievable coach, especially at this time of the year. And South Carolina's had an unbelievable year as well. So we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
We'll see you Saturday.
One down.